Hi. So it's been a while since I've done a video. It's a lot of snow out here. I should just try to show y'all how crazy it is right now.
Ridiculous. You said hi?
She's chilling. Anyway, so I wanted to, oh, that's better, right? You guys can see me. To talk about some progression in my life. I made it to home, and I don't think that I'm done traveling, or I'm not really sure how to go about getting everything done, the process, but I think I'm slowly figuring it out, slowly putting puzzle pieces together on how to make things happen, and hopefully I feel like I can I can accomplish something with what I'm working with right now. I was looking at this twin flame video. This lady, I believe her name is like Aqua Light Moon or something like that, so forgive me if it's incorrect, or Aqua Moonlight, that sounds about right. Anyway, she does these readings and it's extremely profound, like the moment to moment of what different twins go through and what the divine feminine is dealing with, and the confusion and the state of wondering what's happening, what's going on, why are things this way, so on and so forth, and what the masculine is going through, and the constant back and forth, and wanting things to be perfect, and dealing with traumatic relationships. She gives a lot of insight as far as like what each party is dealing with. For the divine feminine, there was like a lot of childhood stuff, which is true, like coming back into this space and dealing with so many different memories and sometimes some unresolved circumstances that I may have been involved in or was dealing with, and how even in this moment, you come back into a space and people think that like you haven't, they just think that you haven't changed. You know what I mean? They think that you're still on their time or their schedule or whatever they need from you. Like you just belong to them, or this is how it used to be when you were here, so it should go back to this way. And it's not. It's like when you get out into the world and you decide, like, okay, I'm going to travel, I'm going to explore, I'm going to make every place my home. It completely changes the perspective of, I love how I got like this leopard print, snow leopard print on my face. It's great. Anyway, it changes everything. It allows you so much more freedom that that money can't buy. No one can buy that. There's no amount of gifts, there's nothing in the world that can compare to your freedom and, the exploration of what is out there. When you are constantly in the space of just being, or people wanting you to be positioned in a limited condition, for me personally, it's a bit stifling. I have always had like this wanderlust inside of me, and maybe that's just from my parents, but I got the wanderlust gene, so I have to travel. I like to travel. Because Earth is my home. Earth, to me, should be a space of complete freedom. We are all divine beings that have come from Earth, and why shouldn't I be able to travel to India? Or why shouldn't I be able to travel to different places that I may have been, like Morocco or Spain or Jamaica? You know, why shouldn't I just be able to voyage if I want to? That should be within my God-given right to do so, because I am the Creator's being. I'm in the Creator's divine light of existence. So I have to live out my fulfillment as a spiritual person to let people know that you don't have to be, you know, people think that you have to be like super rich to travel or to do anything. I don't care about those things. I care about my freedom. When your freedom matters the most, you realize like how much you're willing to sacrifice just to have your freedom. And it depends, like, on what you plan on sacrificing. Like, is it just, you know, shopping? Is it getting your nails done? Is it getting your hair done? Is it eating? You know, is it entertainment? What is it? What are you willing to let go of? Are you willing to let go of the clutter? Are you willing to let go of the things just so that way you can travel and be free? It's a process. It's not something that happens overnight. It's a process, and it takes a lot of courage to start all over, or just to let everything go and just to say, okay, well, great. I'm going to hold on to these keepsakes and, you know, focus on other aspects of my life. Oh yeah, much better. What? Anyway, so I guess it's about what's important to you. You know, the things that are important to your well-being and who you want to evolve into. Because nobody can decide that for you. Not your mama, not your daddy. It's just you. This spirit that you currently have is on this mission to evolve and to be the strongest person that you can be. Divine, feminine, masculine, whatever you are. That's what you are supposed to be. You're just supposed to be the best you that you can be, and give yourself the greatest experiences that you can ever give yourself. Because we're all collective memories just trying to set off wonderful, pleasant neurons to this expansive being that is much bigger than we can ever imagine. And it's much smaller than we can ever imagine too. It's all the same. We're all one. I just feel like I'm going on this tangent. I guess I just feel a lot better. There's a lot more understanding with everything that was, you know, going on from my previous video. I know that there was a lot of confusion, but I think that there's a bit more clarity now, and I'm kind of I'm taking the truth for what it is, as it comes to me, and I just have to be focused on what I need to do for my own personal well-being. I cannot be in a position to where I've lived in a space already, and I'm doing redundant cycles, if that makes sense. I need to be in a completely different platform, in a completely different state of mind, because groupthink is real. You know what I mean? Like, if you live somewhere, like, I don't know, let's just say Texas, right? They are all about frying the damn pig and everything. They're just meat lovers, right? And you're vegan, or I don't know, breatharian, or you just don't indulge in anything of that nature, animal based. And it can be a bit stifling when you are in this environment that doesn't necessarily support your way of being, you know. That can go with just about anything. You know, it can be gay marriage. It can be marijuana. It can be, it can be absolutely the opposite too. If somebody's like more conservative and they're stuck in New York City and they're like trying to figure out like how the hell to cope with their surroundings and everything that they're dealing with. Everybody has like their own, I guess you can call it like soul family. You know what I mean? Like they have their own clique or their own, they want their own understanding. And everyone's entitled to that. Everyone deserves to have that freedom to feel loved and to be around people that appreciate them, you know? And it always starts with you first. It always begins with appreciating who you are as a person. And once you get that going, it's like, oh, okay, I know who I am. I see myself everywhere. I know that I am God. I know that I'm a part of God. I know that I am before God. I know I'm behind God. I'm everything. I'm everything. And so since I'm everything, I know that all the things that I desire within myself, the way that I want to feel in my body, the way that I want to look, the way that I want to flow in this world, it is possible to do so. I can flow and be happy in this life and do whatever I want to do because I'm a grown ass motherfucking woman. Thank you very much. That's empowering. And you cannot be afraid to be a little uncomfortable. And I think that's what I'm trying to do, is be a little uncomfortable outside of the norm of what I'm usually used to doing. You know, eating and doing all these different things. I've been fasting like for maybe about like a week or two now. I don't know when I'm going to stop, but I'm doing it because I'm doing my best to understand to strengthen my intuition and to hear my body more, to listen to my body more. To find the truth, to find clarity. And that takes a lot of dedication and a lot of devotion to give yourself up to spirit. But again, I think it's important that everyone, twin flame, that it's important to look at the things that are great about you and the things that you definitely need to work on. It could stem from previous relationships, even all the way back to childhood experiences. That's something that I probably don't care to admit to openly, about the way that I grew up and the experiences that I had. But I know that these experiences have a huge impact on the way that your relationships are developed. You know, the way that I interact with people and perfect. But it can always be healed.